So people should know that information, I mean, it's maybe pretty obvious, but information is ranked. There is really high level quality information and there's really crappy quality information. And there's a spectrum between those extremes. The premier quality information is sort of scientifically justified. When we are not looking at the outcomes, when we're not looking at the different variables that might be studied, how do we see what kind of is better among features of a study? A randomized controlled trial, for example, pits two investigative choices against one another and is looking for what outcomes happen. Is one product better than another? Is cannabis product better than a traditional medicine? And the rigor involved in building that study is time tested, has been medically overseen. The scientific community sort of has approved this from a broad range of different specialties. It is the highest quality of evidence. It's a little bit highbrow. It's a little bit above the education and sort of understanding of most of the general public, but not everybody. And for the people for whom it's interesting and digestible, that's the place to look. And there are resources now. For example, PubMed is the National Institutes of Health database for whatever is published. You can sort of look up a title of a paper, you can look up a subject, you can read at the highest level of evidence. For most people, that's not going to cut it. That's just boring or putting them to sleep or just, more than they can understand. So the next sort of set of evidence is to look at people's translation of that primary literature. And that might be news sources that are trustworthy and demonstrating where they're coming to those conclusions. But it also might be professional experts. And there are experts in the medical field and the scientific field that can guide people with things to understand. People look to famous doctors because they are famous. So they must be famous because people like them or people trust them, or this is so people think. Some of those people have been bought out by companies and they're not actually as trustworthy. The story is not quite as clear. It's not just about the evidence. It's not just about the expert. It's also looking with a critical eye to say, is this expert really who they say they are? Are they also selling creams on a commercial? Are they also making money and living kind of the ritzy life that makes me doubt that their interests are really pure? So we have to be critical about the source of information. But these days, especially when there's so much information out there, it gets to be a little bit of a hurricane of different opinions and different thoughts. One of the issues is that people don't look outside of their own silo enough. I think it's important for people to read what interests them and what sounds good, but also to read things that are different than what they might think so that we can all have a dialogue as a human culture.